I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is
the Family Showdown! Hello and welcome to my 2022 top 100 board games of all time. With me today is fellow life adventurer, the Magical Hunter. And today, we're going to talk about the 100 to 91, the bottom of the barrel.
The worst of the worst.
But they're awesome because they're the top 100 games. And yeah, so without further ado, let us get started. Okay, so my number 100, I think Hunter probably knows way better than I do. Like, here. So I played this for fun. Hunter actually played this competitively.
Technically. I don't know how competitive I was at it.
I don't know, but I just know that when playing this now, I'll never play it the same way again, and I'm probably only going to have to play people like you that like go for it because I will just destroy other players because I'm like in this weird fuzzy zone now. And what I'm talking about is the game of Splendor. So this is one of those things where this game is, you can play it any kind of way. You can play this incredibly casually, or apparently you can play it incredibly competitively. You're like, no. But what you're doing, your goal is to get up to 15 victory points. And there's different ways that you can do that. There's 3 different levels of cards, and you've got these wonderful coins and stuff. There's gem values on each of the cards, and some victory points on some. And you're trading off between those and the cards, kind of building up a little engine to get to these victory points. There's also some royalty cards at the top that have extra victory points and stuff if you get certain sets of different colored cards and whatnot. The thing is, man, you started like playing this competitively and practicing and stuff, and I learned all these tricks about it because I played this super casually apparently. So now when I learned to play this, it's like, can I go back to playing it super casually? I'm not sure I can. We'll see. It'll be worth a try.
So I broke this game for you as well.
Maybe it's possible. Because I didn't play it nearly what you did. You played it probably several hundred times now. It's crazy, but I learned so much playing that with you now that I'm like, I was incredibly inefficient with my gaming, but I still really love the game. It's fantastic components because it's got real poker chips in it, and they're heavy duty, and so they're fun to clack and play with and everything. So if you're a tactile person, this is a great game because you can be fiddling with the chips while you're playing with the cards. Great game. This is not the original box. We got the expansion with it and kept this box for something different. But there are, what, 4? Is it 4 different? Yeah, 4 different expansions.
Well, there's 1 expansion, 4 modules.
There you go. So 4 expansions.
No.
No, you're supposed to play only one of them at a time. You can't play.
They could call it expansions, plural, but it comes in 1 box.
But yeah, it's semantics. Okay, so as far as needing the expansions, no, you don't. We almost never play with the expansions anymore. And there were one of them we detested, and we said we're never going to play it again. So it's kind of like, if you're wanting to play this game, base game's great. Stick with that. And that's my number 100.
Well, I do have one question.
Oh.
So now that we're done practicing for that tournament.
Yes.
Do you think you'll go to Marvel Splendor now, or will you stick with the original?
Ooh, that's a great question. Because I think I lumped. It's funny that you said that because I think I lumped them together.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying we haven't played Marvel Splendor.
We haven't played it in a while, and you're right because it plays slightly differently. And I should have put that box out too to show you both of them. They're variations on a theme, right? Maybe. That might be something different. I might be up for that.
I'm just curious.
No, that's a great question. I think we need to
I've never
test
played
this theory.
Splendor again, so it's not.
Yeah, Hunter, I'm going to have to find some other Splendor players for this. So, yes, I think the answer to that is yes.
I got my lifetime supply of Splendor. Nah, I'd play it, maybe.
The Marvel Splendor, at least, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Oh my goodness. So it turns out that was my number 87 last year. So it's dropped a little bit, but I think part of that is, like I said at the opening, because of all the new games wedging through and just shifting, general shifting and stuff. So my number 99 has jumped up. It was off the list, and I don't know entirely. Like, I don't think we've played it since then.
Nope, I got the expansion sitting over there on my
Maybe it's
shelf.
the
Ashamed.
desire to play it again, and the fact
Yeah.
that this is one of your faves, and
This
it's
is
just
probably the next
big game we're gonna throw down.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it because it's a cool game.
I guess we could play it for 2-player, nothing else. I don't really like the 2-player version though.
Oh, I like all the versions of it, to be completely honest. And that is Western Legends. This is a sandbox game of Western epicness, and it is awesome. So you can be, what's great about this one is you can decide to be the hero or the villain in this, and there's an arc for both of them, so you can gain victory points and actually make it viable either way. You can switch gears during the game, but it's really difficult to pull off a win if you do that because you're working your way up either the hero or the villain track victory point wise as you're going through the game and accomplishing different things for either the hero or the villain side. So there's different things that you can do, and it's great because you can decide to rustle cattle and steal them, or you can herd the cattle to market for legal purposes, and either way you're going to go up on the appropriate track and different things. And there's so many different things you can choose from. There's little mini missions like that. You can go fight bandits. You can go rob a bank. You can go play poker at the casino, which I think is funny because if you do go there, anybody that's in the immediate vicinity is invited to join you at the poker table. And there's all these little random things that like that. It's just really fun little touches. What also is neat is the expansion with that made a railroad that actually circles around the track, and so as you're going around you can hop on and hop off at different stations and whatnot and kind of potentially save a little bit of time if you plan it correctly. There's just, again, it's sandboxy goodness. There's so much going on with it. I really like I guess you'd say, equipping your character and stuff, because you can get a mule, and then you can get like super charger horse that's super strong and fast. The little burros and stuff will maybe carry more weight if you're going to go panning for gold or something, but they're not really good at being speedy. And then you've also got your equipment. You can get a hat that helps you play poker better, or you get some different guns, and you level them up because they all have names and stuff. So it's just, there's so many neat little touches to this game. And this is one of Hunter's faves, so he's probably a little depressed that it's my 99. But
no, I was actually shocked to see it on your list because, like you said, we haven't had a chance to play it in a while. I want to play it, but it's more of a it's kind of turned into that kind of Twilight Imperium, once in a blue moon, big event type game, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But I really wish we could.
Yeah, we need to play it more. I think we do. Well, it's neat because you have this really cool map for it too, and it's a large mat, of course, and then you've got the train going around. I mean, it's pretty epic to look at on the table. It's really fun. And the cards doubling up as poker hands and being attacky things for gunfights or whatnot too. And it's just, good stuff. Multi-use cards. It's got it all.
It does have it all.
My number 99, Western Legends.
It's a good one. One of my favorites.
Yep.
I'm itching to play that one desperately.
Yeah. So what are we doing after this? Oh yeah, sleep. So my number 98 has also jumped up the list again, and I think this is probably for similar reasons to Western Legends. I'm really wanting to play this again. And again, going back to my Omni Gamer, this is going from epic sandbox game now to little light, fun, short game, and that is Summer Camp. Completely different end of the spectrum again. So this is a little 2 to 4 player game, and you get to choose what you're going to do at summer camp, and so you get to choose 2 of the different decks. And I think that, what do they have for the options? Do they say on the back? Adventure, arts and crafts, cooking, friendship, games, outdoors, or water sports. So you get to pick 2 of those, and that's going to be your deck, and you shuffle them together. And each one of the decks has a slightly different theme for it. One might be collecting a certain type of good. One might be a card drawing power, different things, and you're trying to get through summer camp and be the first one to get the most victory points and stuff. I love the fact that you're mixing and matching different little mechanisms and card powers to make your own unique little deck. It's got a fun theme. It's really cute art. And I don't know how crazy Hunter is about this one, but this is another one of those games that I would really like to take camping. Like, to me, this is a camping game or a fun game just to teach people different card options, like somebody that's never played games with different types of deck building and stuff like that. So
it's all right.
That's what I thought.
It's light and fluffy. It's a good intro, introductory game, welcoming game, whatever you want to call it. Family weight game. I mean, this is.
Totally.
I mean, this is like a. It's just easy to teach, easy to play, easy to set up. It's got everything going for it. And like you said, you can mix the decks and kind of trick up how it plays each time. A lot of combinations. I'm not going to do the math right now. But
it's a lot of great combos. Absolutely. Well, and it's short too, because if I remember right, it takes under an hour, top to like half an hour. Yeah, super quick game. So this is a great one to introduce to people. And it's got a fun theme. I love the fact that we're getting a whole bunch of nature-themed games out there anymore. It's becoming very mainstream because we get stuff like this. And that one was also outside of the top 100 and peeked in at the very end here. So I thought that was pretty cool. All righty. My number 97 has not hit the table in a while. This may be another nostalgia pick.
I've always liked this game. He says knowingly.
Well, yeah, because I mean, we played this and fell in love with it and found out that there were expansions. And you did this wild search and hunted down the expansions. And then, not too long afterwards, they brought them back and reprinted them.
No, it was long afterwards. What? It was several years.
Was it several years? Okay, so it made it worth it either way. And that is for this cute little 2-player game, Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small. And my goodness, is this one of those that packs a punch in a box? This is a very tight 2-player game where it seems like you really want to plan and streamline what you want to do, because you want to do about 5 billion things and you have like 4 moves. That's what it feels like. It takes really some of the best fun elements out of Agricola and building up, your resources and then spending them on getting cool, weird rooms and stuff with victory points. Again, collecting animals and vegetables. But you only each get 2 actions per round. And there's not that many rounds. It's easy to be, it's easy for Hunter to block where I want to go, and you have to have a plan B in place because there's not a secondary action that gives you a little bit of that or whatever. It's almost an all or nothing choice, right? And it's fun. You've got the little pastures, and you get to fence them off, and you got to build the correct facilities for the animals to fit in and everything, because otherwise you just can't even get them. So you have to plan ahead. Again, really super tight game, and I think it's another one that's not super long. It says game for 2, and that's all I see. I don't see the time. Oh, there it is. Roughly 30 minutes. Yeah, it's quick.
Yes. It's funny because we played this originally way back at a convention, and the convention that we did it, I think it was just almost like people volunteered their games, and this was another convention goer's game. Local. Yeah. And they had everything, and we played it. We just played the base game, all those extra buildings.
That's right.
And we went out and we sought out the game, and we played the base game for a while. I want more.
Yeah.
And it was crazy out of print. So I had to I think I got one from Italy and one from Poland.
They were both in Europe. It was funny. You hunted them down.
Yeah.
But you're right, because the base game is fun, but if you play it several times, the rooms get very samey because there's not a very big variety, and you pretty much have to do certain rooms to maximize it. But when you get those expansions, it's so good because there's so much variety. It just makes the game explode. So it was a win. And it's also so full that I set this up like this, and look, it's like chock full of animal and tile goodness.
The new printing of it has the expansions, and it's a bigger box.
Oh, that's true too. Did a little bit of packing in there. But yeah, awesome game. And that's Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small. My next one, this is another one that was outside of the top 100 quite a bit, but a recent play, I think is just like it refreshed the memory because I think this is only what, our second play of it?
He says knowingly.
He says knowingly.
I set up all the games.
He did. He set up this time. There's no surprises this time around. And usually that's true. You usually don't know what I'm going to do until then. But we played this game again, and it just sang. And the first time we played it, we were just, wow, this is so good. But then we never got to play it again, and literally years. So we have the beautiful Rising Sun. This game, oh my goody goodness. And we have everything for this game. This is the one we got at the auction, not the auction thing, but like a
Dice Tower Retreat. It was the
it was the Dice Tower Retreat.
What they call it, the
exchange or something.
Exchange, yeah. Basically, everyone can bring something that's relatively valuable, and you kind of randomly draw, kind of based on what you donated. The people who donated more valuable things tend to be higher up the list. Or at least that's the way it used to be. That's how
it used to be. Now I think they randomized.
We donated a bunch of Heroscape, which is coming back, by the way. A bunch of Heroscape stuff, which was super crazy out of print. And
yeah, that was exciting.
I think there was 2 people in front of us, and neither one of them.
But they both had it. Yeah, I think they both
already had it,
and so we were like freaking out, and because this has all the expansions, they have the mat, like all this crazy stuff, and metal coins and all that. And this is kind of getting before that became like seems like the norm, right? So we were freaking out that we got this, and it is so exciting to get it out and to play it, and just it's another one of those cool asymmetrical games where the different clans all have what feels like some kind of game-breaking or rule-breaking power, but everyone has a different one, and it somehow works so well. The group that I had the first time we played were like fireflies or something like that. Dragonflies. And they could, like, the traveling rules really didn't apply to them. They could fly anywhere. And then I'm trying to remember what the trick was with my last one. They was the lions or cats. It was some kind of cat. I'm trying to remember what their special ability was now. All of a sudden I'm blanking on it. But it was interesting because it was something very different that helped me with my engine building. And just I think you had
a way to get coins really easily.
I did. It was something like that.
Oh, your coins acted as Ronin.
Oh, that's right. My coins, they were interchangeable, which is crazy good because then if I got a whole bunch of one or the other, it didn't matter.
Well,
I could exchange them.
I think your coins could be Ronin, but your Ronin.
No, at the end of my turn, my Ronin turned into coins.
No, you just turned into.
So so I could use them interchangeably basically. Yeah. And so that became really good for me because as long as I kept a decent cash flow, I had backup military all the time, which was great. And I love the different clan powers. The map's really cool to look at. Just the way the game plays, it feels really good. And I'm slowly warming towards some of the attacky games, and this is one of them that just plays so well. I don't mind that.
I think you like games with attacking for the most part if it isn't rolling dice. Even though there is an exception to that, and I'm sure we'll get to that later. But for the most part, I think you like what I think it's called deterministic combat, where basically it's you add up the point number of strength points you have, and maybe play a card, and then that's the combat. Not re-roll dice, a couple of things die, re-roll some more dice, a couple of things die. There's not very many of the games that you like that have that sort of combat going on.
That's fair.
This one's the same way. It's kind of just bidding, and then this one has a secret. Basically, spend money to get special powers and stuff like that. But the combat's not random in the sense that you're just rolling dice or whatever.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and the art's really cool with it. I mean, it's got so many things going for it. It's got the crazy cool mini or not minis, and just wow, lots of good stuff.
Mini or not, going old school.
Come on, man.
No, I don't know what I think.
Simon, whatever. They change it every year.
This week.
So yeah,
cool mini or
it's a good one, and this is another one I believe that was. Oh, it wasn't as let's see. Yeah, I was down the list quite a bit actually, and jumped up a lot with that. Let's play. It was 158 before.
But we hadn't played it.
We hadn't played it in like
COVID.
Yeah, 2019.
So
a long time ago.
It's a good one. I like Rising Sun. I think it's
Is this your favorite?
I don't know.
I was worried about that. Out of the Erklings.
It really depends on I think it depends on player count.
Okay.
To be honest.
That's fair. That's fair.
So for Ankh, I want for 2 players, we're on Ankh. For 3 or 4, probably Blood Rage. And I think this one actually plays best with the full player count. It plays fine with 3. We've never played it 4. We played it 3 and 5.
And you know what? Both were really good.
Yeah, I think I prefer it with 5.
Do you?
Yeah, there's just more going on.
There is a lot more going on, that's for sure.
So, and the bidding is a little more interesting, and it seems like in the 3-player you were involved in almost every single combat. It seemed like, and then
that might have been by design.
No, I'm saying that's.
Oh, you just feel like it's too much.
Yeah, and with more players, you tend to kind of focus in on different areas of the board. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but anyway,
I enjoyed that.
So
I like the balance.
Ankh, 3 and 4 Blood Rage, 5 Rising Sun.
Interesting.
But I'd play Rising Sun with 3. I don't wonder how it would work with 4 because you're always going to have because this has alliances, so there wouldn't be an odd person out.
That's true. Because that was something interesting with 3. And of course, that dynamic could change quite a bit depending on who you're playing with and stuff. But I was like, let's alliance. And then the next time I'd ally with somebody else. But then at some point, you guys aligned and then I was out. But like everyone
was in alliance twice and out once.
Yeah, it worked out interestingly. I mean, it's funny that it worked out that way.
Whereas in a 5-player...
That was not going to ever happen.
Assuming that you make full alliances, there's going to be 3 times people are out. Not everyone's going to be out. Everyone will.
That's assuming everyone allies too, because sometimes you just be like, whatever. I don't know.
Anyway, Rise, good one. Rise Sun.
The minis are ridiculous.
Are they cool?
Or not? All right. So this I find very interesting. It was 96 last year. It's 95 this year.
So you like it slightly better?
A little bit. Yeah, probably because we got to play it again. Wow, I don't know if I can heft this big boy from over here and not drop it on the dog. Let's see. It's a monster. It's a Lacerda.
This one is criminally low.
I knew you'd say that. On Mars. Oh,
Western Legends, I can understand why it's low because it's mostly fighty and not necessarily completely your style of game. Space Lacerda, 95. I still don't understand.
I don't know. It doesn't feel super smooth. And I think that's what holds it back a little bit for me because there's a couple of his other ones that feel smoother to me.
It's all about the theme.
The theme is insanely cool. Okay, so...
You get to drive a rover around.
I know!
Oh my god.
But the rover is a little bit clunky. He does not listen to the computer commands all the time. I'm just saying. He's got a limited range. Maybe that's my beef. I don't know. No. So on Mars, this is all about getting set up and you're there and you need to just keep on keeping on. And so you've got regular ships that are coming down to the planet from the space station that's orbiting and back and forth. And you have to decide whether or not you want to go with it because each time you're going to have stuff that you can do while you're on the planet and there's stuff that you need to do while you're up in the space station. Also, when you assign those workers, they're going to stay there until you make another circuit back and then release them to do other things. So when you're doing this, you want to balance out who you're assigning where because otherwise you're going to end up being stranded or you're going to have to stay an extra turn. You know, you're going to lose your momentum. So you want to maximize your turns and where you want to assign whom. There's so much going on with this, and it's so cool because, like he said, on the planet, you're exploring stuff, you're getting resources and things. You got your little rover guy. It's really cool. It's a really cool game. It's heavy.
Sound like it.
It's Lacerda.
Sounds like you don't like it very much.
It doesn't sound. Oh yeah, because it's in my top 100 on my 95. Yeah, so 100 it's like his number 5 or something.
I think there's a decimal point missing. Maybe 9.5.
Oh, somebody likes it a lot better than me, sounds like.
Not that point.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, calm down, you. But yeah, it's super heavy, but it's again got the Lacerda magic that he's got this heavy Euro. It is, it's Lacerda magic. How else do you get a heavy Euro? Who else does it as well? You get a heavy Euro that's got a crazy good theme attached to it. You could not paste any old theme onto what he did. It just works really well. I like how Lacerda creates these games. They're awesome.
So. Yeah, I mean, I guess there'd be some that disagree, but I think they're by far the most thematic.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the most thematic Euros, while still being incredibly heavy and crunchy and thinky and brain burnery and all that.
Yeah, because it could just be a cube pusher. He could have done that and been like, on Mars. But there's no quotes on this. You are traveling back and forth and
you're literally on Mars.
You are. You go there. Okay, maybe not quite. But you get the idea. It's really good. And of course, we're fans of Ian O'Toole's art and stuff too. So it's like plus on top of plus.
Yeah, Hugh Griffin, their Lacerda series, whatever you want to call them, are off the charts. Good really productions and great, amazing art and good storage solutions and everything.
So. Oh, yeah, the boards. I mean, the cardboard's super thick and easy to use, and the organization in the box is good. Like, it's a win-win.
You can actually stand it up without
spilling everything. Cringing. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On Mars.
Onward.
Criminally low.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure we'll talk about it more when we do your 100 because it'll be higher up the list.
Maybe.
There's no maybe. We know. So we're going from Mars and super heavy Lacerda game now to teeny little box of light, happy gameness that just makes Hunter cringe to see these two.
Your list just cracks me up when you do it. I mean,
what?
I just don't know how you do it because mine tends to have a flow and the lighter games are kind of around the bottom. They get heavier as you go. You just mix in maybe some party games and some social deductions up the list. But you go like heavy Euro, party game, light card game.
And then Rome. Yeah, I don't know. All I can say is I really, really, really am Omni Gamer. And if I'm in the mood to play a little light game, I'm in to play a light game. And I might want to turn around and play on Mars. It's just, I like it all. So, Rome. Ryan Lockett. This is probably, except for the space game that I forgot the name of all of a sudden. But this is my second favorite of his.
Empires of the Void.
Empires of the Void. That's the one. It always gets me. I always forget that that's his game.
Got me too. I don't look over him.
This, oh my gosh. I love his art and stuff, but for whatever reason, I like this cute little game. So all it is you got a little grid of land tiles in the middle, and they have different, like, is it coins or gems? I never remember. I think it's like coins or victory points, whatever. And then you've got your people, and it's always those cute little characters like he does from Near and Far and all of those. But then they have like a Tetris piece shape at the bottom of their cards. And so what you can do is on each of the cards that are in the center here is they're all gridded off. And so you're basically kind of doing an area control game. And we're taking turns using these Tetris pieces, using our characters. And we're going to try to do our best to maximize the spaces that we're using so that you take over cards. Because once you have it completely covered, whoever's got the majority is going to get that card. Now, there's benefits if you also are on there. Some, I can't remember.
Yeah, you get a secondary benefit.
There is a secondary, yeah. I was going to say if you get second
stuff
place.
for covering certain squares and things.
Yeah, there's like little side bennies and stuff like that too. And then so of course you're trying to collect all of this and get the most victory points and get as many cards off of the grid and keep them for you and this and that. And it's just, that's pretty much the game. I mean, it's pretty basic in like format, but it's just really fun to play. It's got the gorgeous art that's nice to just look at and fiddle with while you're playing the game. I like the fun little Tetris pieces. It kind of reminds me of Onitama in a way, like, no, not Onitama.
Kind of, yeah.
It's got that kind of like chessy kind of feel to it.
Onitama has little patterns and things.
Because it has the patterns, and because you're cycling these cards through as well. But then it's also got the like almost patchwork feel because you're trying to do the area control with the pieces. It's a really interesting blend of the two. And then you have, again, Ryan Lockett art on top of that. It's probably one of my favorite artists too. Two artists I like in a row. Meh. So, and that one before, I'm ignoring you.
Meh.
Because it's too light. As soon as it's a light game, Hunter's going to be like,
it. It's okay.
No, you like playing it. It's just not going to be your huge choice or anything.
Begrudgingly.
It was just off my top 100 last year. It was 114. So it jumped up a little bit. So this one was my 91 last year. It's my 93 this year. And I suspect, yep. No, it dropped a little bit probably because we need to play it again soon.
Yeah, we haven't played this one
In a hot minute, as they say these days.
hot
Yeah.
minute? Oh,
Yep.
they say hot.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And that is Council of Four. This is a very colorful game. And so you've got these council members, and you want to have certain ones at the bottom because they are the ones that are going to activate and you can do things. And you're traveling around on this board and trying to set up, I think it's, what do they call merchant posts? I think it is, or something.
No idea what
I know, but it's a map and it's got different colored areas and roads and stuff. And there's a couple different ways you can go about it. You could go into certain color-coded regions and try to get all of one color accomplished, or you might want to do like a column area. So it depends on how you want to conquer the map, because you get different benefits from these different council members' stuff firing off and whatnot. It's not as heavy as it sounds. It's a little thinky, a little puzzly. So it's not a welcoming game. I would say it's medium weight. It's got a little bit of heft to it, but only in like a puzzly way. And it's just, I feel like it kind of flew under the radar. I don't know what else.
It's an older game they brought back, and
oh, is that why?
yeah.
Okay.
Cool Mini redid it with ridiculous components.
Okay, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting the way the game works, because it's kind of like a hard choice, because a lot of your big points come from controlling certain areas that are far apart from each other. So
and getting there can be tricky.
And that's cool, but the gimmick, or whatever you want to call it for this game, is when you build these little outposts or whatever.
I think they're merchant posts.
But anyway, you build them. If you build a chain of them, they all fire off. So you want to make chains that get superpowers, but chains of buildings are probably not going to get you the most points because they're kind of in the same general area on the board.
Yeah, because the ones that are all the same color are like scattered throughout, and if you get all of one color, like it's something crazy powerful.
Well,
if I remember,
like
but it's really hard to get.
And junk you can do.
Yeah, there's all the typical like semi-point salad-y, victory point style, things where it's got achievements and stuff along the way.
Yeah, I never saw the original, but this one's
I didn't realize this was
drastically overproduced.
Okay. But
that's fine.
I think that's part of the appeal to it too, though, is it's fun, it's got over-the-top pieces, and it just makes the gameplay that much more engaging.
On the same
I know, that's kind of interesting.
Man.
Kind of interesting. I like the production,
the floof,
I guess.
Apparently.
I like the floof. Absolutely. But this one, I think people need to take another look at it, because I really enjoyed that.
It's a good little game. We do need to play it again, because I mean, it's been a long time. It's been several years since we played that one. I mean,
and what's funny is that's kind of a testament to it. It's only crept down a little bit.
But you really, really liked it. It's funny we haven't revisited it. We need to play it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I know you really liked it the first time.
Yeah, we've played it a couple times.
Well, I mean, the very first, from the
very get-go. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So then we're to my number 92, and this has gone up the list as well, because it was my 100 even last year. And
still don't understand why this is so low on your list.
You know, I'm just a sucker for art, and this one,
oh, it's true. It doesn't
have it.
Yeah, but you love tech trees.
I do love tech trees, and this is Tech Tree the game, baby. Tech Tree the game, and it's in space, which makes it even better. Beyond the Sun. Oh my goodness. This is, though, it's really hard for me to sell this game to somebody, because I'm like, listen, it looks like someone drew on a piece of paper and said, hey, what if we made this tech tree?
It's supposed to look like the old space.
I get it. I get it. And that's why I like it. But I
think it looks fine.
It looks okay.
I think it looks great.
It looks okay.
I think it may be some of the best art.
Okay, now you're just being a troll. And that's just whatever.
Look at this art.
This is cool. That is not on that board. That board is almost... Here, look.
Oh, you're opening a game? We stood up, right?
Seriously.
It's just
you just go blind.
It's just a glare. It's a white
glare. That's all there is to this board. Slightly recessed.
It looks
not
lovely.
Crazy production value here. Like it's barely recessed. I feel like I can bend this.
It looks just fine.
Psh, come to your senses, man. But within this is some gameplay of greatness.
No.
Okay. What did you just?
You shouldn't let art affect your feelings about a game.
Well, that's my opinion. Oh, he says as he like crams the lid down really quick. Now they make up for it.
No, those are pretty plain looking dice too.
Okay, they're hideous. But the colors are very bright and they're garish when you see them off of the blindingly white. Okay,
They
get
stand
some
out.
snow, the blizzard goggles, get those and you can play this game just fine. Visuals aside,
It's fun.
it is Tech Tree the game, but it's like
Function
like
over form.
it's definitely that. But it's like addictive because you start working on this tech tree and you're like, but if I get the next thing, I get this really cool stuff that'll just kind of like make it chain more. It's like crazy engine building tech tree greatness. And you're like, ooh, but I need to beat him at that. He's really close to him.
You're gonna stop after that?
I'm just gonna.
I need to beat.
And then I get the club out of UgTech. No. So it's like a racing tech tree game, and it's so addictive. I don't know, because once you get started with it, you're like, yes, this is cool. I can chain in this and this and this, and you can follow through, and it's a great puzzly tech tree greatness. But if you're here for the visuals, it's not there. But the gameplay is top notch. I love it, and that's why it's on this list. And again, it's gone up, so quit your griping.
Yeah, this is I like this one. Whoever designed this, I'm sure their thought was, let's flip a space game on its head.
Yeah.
Because most space games have this big map with these amazing miniatures and these
scope and
battles and
scale,
all the
galaxy.
stuff going on. And then there's this tech tree that kind of drives that kind of under the cover it drives that all that stuff you're doing. This one,
and then this,
it's big giant tech tree. That's what you focus on, and it has a little tiny map with little tiny ships off to the side.
Stuff you almost don't even notice it, right? Because you're so busy with this great tech tree of greatness. But yeah, it is crazy good fun. And this one, when did this one come out? It's not too long ago.
2 years ago.
2020. Yep. Great game. That one's a little meaty. And then we go from fairly heavy brain melty game to probably the lightest game on my 10 this time around. And that is my number 91, the cute little game of Herbaceous. Look at this. Now, I find this also amusing that we just went from one of the ugliest games to one of my prettier ones, too. You're just over there, like, biting your lip. You're like,
It's like a roller coaster. Heavy game, light game, card game, heavy game.
I'm bringing all the goodies, so if you want variety, I got you covered. This one was 84. I think it dropped because I don't get to play it as much.
Well, it's new. It's new, shiny, new version.
No,
of it.
oh, the new. Oh, that's true. I don't know. I still like to play this one a lot for sure. But yeah, it's a short little. In fact, how long is this? 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and that's if you're really deliberating on it. You're basically just doing.
I like sage better than time.
No, that is not what you're deliberating on. So you have your garden, and then there's a community garden where you can put cards that everybody can share. Okay, it's the community thing. And it's almost like set collection Yahtzee style in a way. So you're trying to maximize all of your set collection, but you're only going to get kind of one shot at each of them. So you have to time it because you have to get done before everybody else, because after that, like, the game ends once people finish it. So you want to keep up with everyone. You don't want to fall behind trying to get the perfect set, because chances are then you're not going to be able to score all 3 of your pots, or 3 or 4. I think it's 4. 4 or 5. It's 5. 5 sets?
No,
1, 2.
4.
No, it is 4. That's the biscuit. I'm looking at the biscuit picture. So there's also a cheddar biscuit. You can't forget the cheddar biscuit. It's so random. I love that. There's like this little bonus card at the end.
That's what you're making with the herbs.
Apparently. But anyway, it's just hilarious. But you've got the herbs and you're trying to, collect good sets. And then you pot them, and then you flip it over basically, and that's going to score. And you can't touch that set anymore. So there's a set of like all of the same kind, and then you've got one that's going to be all different ones, and then you've got one that's pairs, and then the other one's like rare plants or it was like something a little bit different. And everybody's going for all this stuff at the same time. It's kind of nice to watch the community garden build up a little bit, but if you don't snipe that in time, someone else will. in time. And then, so it's a very chill game, but it can be a little cutthroat if you're racing. And it's all in this cute little tiny package right here. Gorgeous, 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 ridiculous art. Fun gameplay. You can teach this to anybody and just have a wonderful time with it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's an herb biscuit. I always think it's the Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, whatever. That's what they look like to me.
I said you make it with the herbs.
I know, it's an herb biscuit. Oh, the cheddar biscuits have herbs in them. Anyway, that was totally a plug for Red Lobster cheddar biscuits if I ever saw one. Now I want cheddar biscuits. But no, it's just a really good game. And it was my 84 before. And I think only because the new game shift and stuff, honestly. Because I like to play this a lot. It's an easy go-to game.
It's all right.
This is not Hunter's kind of game. This is my kind of coffee shop kind of game. But
I like the pressure part of it.
You do. That is fun. You love sniping people's herbs from the community garden.
Yeah, it is. It's a brutally mean game.
No, it's fun. It's a nice chill game. And that is my number 91. So we've already seen the first 10. What will be next? Will it be another roller coaster? The next 10 will be another... We're about to have some technical difficulties. And this is a pre-recorded session. How does it happen that way? Do you want to predict? Do you want to make a prediction on my next 10? I'm going to look real quick here.
Here's my prediction.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Okay.
There's going to be some heavy games.
Okay.
There's going to be some light games.
Really?
There's going to be some family games.
Is there?
There may even be a party game in this mix. No?
I think you're wrong. And you're going to have to wait until next time.